Supreme Almighty back in the building. Shout out to the sponsors, you know what I mean? Snow Goons, Elite Sound International, Blaze 'em Up Radio, Creative Juices Music, you know what I'm saying? We got the homies Benny Holiday and Gibby Stites on the show again, you know what I mean? We're gonna discuss their latest release, the album, Hellspawn. Shout out to the Snow Goons, of course, for the album. Shout out to everybody that had a participation in that shit too, yo. The album's fucking dope, man. We're gonna get them in here in just a second.
You?
Yo, what's going on? Supreme Almighty, the Joe Rogan of homeless broken rappers.
Yeah, I'm dead.
Here.
I'm dead. What's good?
Yo, me and my boy Billy Roscoe been out here. We're on tour. We're out here in the western part of North Carolina, probably 2 or 3 hours from where we live. We're happy to be on the show. We're pulling up at the venue. We're supposed to be doing sound check. We spent way too much time at the bar, and we're a little bit too late. But let me tell you, we went to a real nice bar. We went to the spot we went to was incredible. Wow. 5-star restaurant. They bring you the tapas style food. We were drinking. I probably had 20 beers. I probably had 8 or 9 beers. It was a great.
9 or 10. Yeah, pickled fucking carrots.
Pickled carrots, all types of chicken wings.
So the chicken wings. You know from personal conversations, Supreme, about my chicken wing habit.
Here's what they did, Supreme. Let me tell you about the chicken wing. The chicken wing was re-skewered. They cook it halfway with all the bones in the chicken. Then they fillet it. They take out all the bones and then cook it again with one bone back in it. So you pick one bone and then you just suck the whole piece of chicken on the tiny one. Lollipop chicken.
That's just how crazy. Word.
It was incredible.
No doubt. Yeah, I seen your post earlier. I was like, yo, this man gonna be smashing before he get to the fucking venue and shit.
Dude, we were thinking that. I was drinking and I was like, I'm gonna be fucking drunk by the time we get on Supreme show for sure. And you know what? Prophecy, baby. Prophecy fulfilled.
No doubt. Any word from Gibby?
I don't know. I guess I think he knows it's supposed to go down. Yeah, he should be here at 9 o'clock. He should know what it is. Might send him a message or something. Hit up Gibby real quick if you can.
Yeah.
But we got the Hellspawn drop today. You know what I mean? It was we've already had like a lot of good reaction. Congratulations to Supreme the Almighty for having this. Is that your first Goon Music published beat so far?
Yeah. I think so. All thanks to you, man. Like, you know what I mean?
Congratulations. You did it. You made a great beat. You made a great beat.
Like a fucking
Scottish dress, boy.
Killed it.
Yeah, absolutely. It was a great beat. The fan, or everybody might not know whether they, Mackle Mark, what's up? Basically, like, you did 2 beats for the album. We recorded probably about 22 tracks, and I think it came out to like 9 or 10 when it was all over. So yeah, but shout out to Supreme the Almighty on the beautiful beat.
Yeah, that Dawn track was fire, man. Like, I was listening to this shit all day. I was listening to the whole album all day, man, when it dropped and shit.
Nice. Did you have a favorite track so far?
Yo, I don't know, man. It kind of surprised me. There was a lot of bangers, man. It was hard to, like, you know what I mean, really pinpoint and shit. But, like, I don't know. Hellspawn, the title track, man, that shit kind of blew me away to set it off that way. I'm not going to lie.
Novator and Shooks were, like, 2 definitely incredible. I still think the best feature of the album was Smeek Scientist.
Yeah, on the 4 a.m.
On 4 a.m. Smeek Scientist, he bodied that shit. So he was the best out of everybody, I think.
Yeah, the way he set it off was fucking crazy, man. Like,
hey, yo, shout outs to Mickey Bourbon. Mickey Bourbon just joined to say, that's my guy.
Mickey. Word, man. Peace. Yeah, the whole shit was fire, man. The Apothecary too, man. Yo, Generation did her thing with that beat, bro.
Know. Yeah, we had, that turned out great. Shout outs to Wishmaster. That's my guy. All those guys out in Bristol, England. He's down with Dat Kid and Split Profits and all these guys that are like High Focus, all these guys that are OGs of the UK scene that me and Billy Roscoe have been listening to. for 10 years, probably. Yeah, is that a century? No, it's a decade.
Decade.
We've been listening to those guys for a decade, so just to have them like step into the Gill music world is cool because all those guys respect Illegal, but I don't think anybody in Illegal's camp ever tried to reach out to those guys. So like we want to build that bridge. We got shows coming up in England and in Bristol and all that stuff in January. So mad love to Wishmaster. That was the biggest feature to me for the album. Just to have him be a part was huge.
Yeah, yo, Split Profits is the shit, man. Yo, there's a lot of dope ass MCs out there, man. Like, so that was definitely a good look for that track. Like, definitely. You got a favorite track on there though? Like that you
my favorite track. I'm with you. I think that the title track. Well, everybody says the title track, and then 4 a.m. But really, like 4 a.m. was just like. Billy Roscoe was on that, Jack D. Frost was on that, and Smeeg was on that. So it was like all of those guys live within 20 minutes of each other or something. So like it was except Gibby obviously lives up north, but everybody else was just real close friends. So it was like it worked out really well. And then to me, my favorite joint was definitely the one that's called Backwoods that has Crimro, who's like one of my favorite rappers.
Yo, shout out to Crimro.
Shout out to Crimro. Crimro's one of my favorite rappers of all rappers that I've ever heard. He's got so much sauce, but he keeps it lyrical, you know. So it was, it was really, really refreshing to have him. And Buckshot was on and stuff too. So that was and Boondocks, the guy that does that hook, was like the first big show I ever had, probably 10 years ago. I opened for Boondocks at a Juggalo show at Ground Zero in Spartanburg, South Carolina, and that was my first time doing like more than 200 people, other than when I was opening for Afro Man. So
yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. Yeah, it's definitely yo, it was real tight, man. Like, you know what I mean? Like I was like going through the whole shit, and I was just like, yo, every beat on there was on point. The flows, everything was like it worked together, man. I mean, I was a little surprised. Like we talked last time about Gibby being younger than us. And, you know, like it's kind of hard sometimes to mesh the new age with the old, you know what I'm saying, the old school flavor, or if you want to call it that. And it definitely definitely suited together. Like it went well.
Also,
like,
he's from Jersey, and we're from the Dirty South. And, like, we make boom bap, but also, like, Gibby's got that fat boy soul, you know what I mean? So, like, even though he's, like, from New Jersey, he's fat enough where he sounds like he's from here, you know what I mean? So that definitely helped us. And then, like, if you listen on the song Backwoods, or not Backwoods, but Moonshine Still, he fucking kept it Southern as fuck. He was like, South Jersey, I don't think they heard me. Like, everything that he was saying was super fire. So, like, he even, on the song Dawn that you produced, he brought Southern flavor to that, too. So, it was like, I was really happy with, sonically, everything that Gibby did. He did a real good job of meshing. It wasn't very much of a struggle for him. You know, he didn't have to do anything crazy. He just, like, you know, sat down in the hood, in the Dirty South, and just pinned his shit and performed it, which was, you know,
it was definitely dope. It was definitely dope, man. This Billy got any favorite tracks?
Oh, he just ran in to take care of some business for me, but Billy's definitely is 4 a.m. because like there's a video coming out. I think it might come out on just Gibby's channel, or it might come out with the Snow Goons. We haven't really discussed it yet. The thing is, Illegal wants us to turn everything in super, super early so he can decide which things go which where, but it's literally like every day we call each other, and I was like, I just got 2 more videos done, and then, you know, here's the album, we send it out. And I think the European albums, I'm still sending those out to him, and they're taking a while, so, like, I've been super late. You know, I've been watching a lot of interviews with Kasky, and he's like the same way. Like, you know, just like I'm real sporadic with the music, and we're real sporadic with creating it. But then when it comes to the mixing and all that stuff, like we really take a long time and listen to the joints 100 times after the performance era. So it's like, you know, it's a complicated process. But we set the dates to release them so that everybody still gets them, because we'll work on them forever and we'll put it off forever. So we try to come out with like 8 albums a year, just trying to keep everybody like with new music to listen to. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you definitely consistent, man. Like you be pumping this shit out like with ease. You be making a lot of these MCs look bad, bro.
And you know what? I feel like I can't even challenge myself enough. So I feel like there's that aspect to it, but it's also like, man, these other guys aren't even trying, bro. Like, you know, some people it's just like a social persona or whatever, and we literally like are in the lab every day. And if we're not in the lab every day, it's because we've been doing so good in the lab that we get to go party and spend money and go do restaurants and stuff like that. So like even when we're having a good time, it's a result of how the turmoil and the time we spend in the studio getting everything right. So it's you put in what you get. When you put in way too much and you cut way too many of your records and you produce too many records and all that stuff, you end up getting back all that extra. You know what I mean? So, I think that's with everything, though. It's probably with everything.
Yeah. No, definitely, man. I mean, all the joints down there is pretty solid, man. Like I said, I was just kind of shy. I like the intro too, man. I like how y'all set it off and shit. Definitely dope. But like I said, I was kind of surprised you used the title track as the first track. You know what I mean? Because generally speaking, most people put it towards the middle or the end to kind of like serve it up.
Yep.
So, but it fits so perfectly. And then you finish. It was a little weird at first because the way you put 4 a.m. at the end. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But see, that's funny because I go to this place called Ball's Grill in Gastonia, North Carolina, and all my friends are from New York. So like we're all getting drunk at like 4 a.m. still. We're still drinking and getting all trashed. But there's this breakfast diner that opens up the street from my house where it's all like white trash rednecks. They got like holes in their shirts and like one shoe on and stuff. But they're getting up to work at like roofing jobs and like going to install cabinets and stuff like that. But like we're still just fucked up from last night. So like half of the like crowd in this restaurant is just super happy, nice white Christian folks going to work, and the other ones is just like tables of me and my friends just completely hammered, making fun of each other. Can't stop hitting on the waitress. It's terrible. But to me, 4 a.m. is not the beginning of the day. 4 a.m. is the end of the night. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah. Nah, definitely.
So that's why it was last.
It definitely gave it like a roller coaster effect, though. That's what made it kind of ill, because, you know what I mean? You're sitting there thinking, like, banger, and then right when it's about to end, it's like it hits you with that more emotional tip kind of shit, and then it swings it right back. So it's like, you know what I mean? It's the perfect kind of flavor and the flow of it. So it's definitely dope with that shit, man. Like,
we brought like Juggalo rappers, Southern rappers, rappers from the UK, rappers from Australia. Like at the end of the day, like there's a million rappers, but how many of us are hip hop? How many of us are spitters on boom bap beats? Like I would rather work with a spitter from Australia or South Africa or fucking Zimbabwe, wherever. If they're a spitter and they ended like boom bap and know the roots of the culture, I want to work with you. I don't care if somebody's from my neighborhood or nothing. That don't really mean nothing to me. If you know about the roots of the culture and you making ill shit, that's what we want to work with.
Well, I mean, like I said, it's definitely a blessing you allowed me to participate in this shit, because you know what I'm saying?
It's a great song.
Yeah, that shit was hot, man. Like, yo, you know,
not enough beat makers do that. If you really want rappers to pick your beats, cut the hook so they can start writing their 16s and don't have to develop an entire idea with the hook. It's a good move, man. It's a good move.
Yeah. Point. Yeah, you got a good point on that shit, man. Moonshine kind of threw me a little bit off. I'm not going to front, though. It definitely had the southern shit to it, man. Like, I was kind of surprised.
Yeah, that guy Boondocks, he was originally down with the Insane Clown Posse, and all of his stuff was originally written by one of the Insane Clown Posse. I could be wrong about that. My knowledge is all like secondhand. I never grew up into the Juggalo stuff. I just got homies that's OG gangsters that run shit, and they'll be explaining to me how the 90s work. We don't know nothing about the new stuff except Gibby. Gibby's the only one we really know still. But we met him in real life, you know what I mean? So that was like, it was different. But yeah, that joint is my favorite joint because Crimro's on it. Me and Crimro, I grew up opening when I was 2013 and 14. We used to roll with Jelly Roll and Haystack before everybody got. Haystack was already famous, and he had been working with Bun B and doing big things and touring internationally and stuff. But then Jelly came up under him, and he blew up way bigger than Haystack. And me and Crimro was there from the get-go. We was boots on the ground level, seeing that shit day to day, town to town. And we watched the whole thing grow. So I'd never worked with him before this, even though we was kind of like rivals almost back in the day. We was like fucking, we wasn't like Jordan and Pippen. We was like Isaiah Thomas and Jordan. But now, you know what I'm saying? The time comes up and it's not, we just players, we owners, a couple, And then it's like, yo, okay, now it's the time to work together. So to me, the most significant track on there was definitely Moonshine Still, really just because Crimro was on it. Crimro's big to us and like our whole culture and my history in the rap music game. So that was definitely a big one, you know what I mean? And that's going to stream the best when it's all over. That one's going to stream the best because ultimately the guy who does the hook is really well connected and streams well. So, you know, that one's going to be the big hit out of the album.
No doubt, no doubt. Now, my question for you was because being that like things were a little weird with the release, only because you had different countries being able to touch it before other countries and shit.
Yeah,
now, did that affect the overall, like, what do you want for that?
It's just the way the world works. Australia gets it first, you know, that's fine. You know, Europe gets it first, that's fine. You know, I think everybody's usually like, honestly, I think a lot of people that like my music are one of two things. They're real like hip hop heads and like fucking thorough with hip hop, or they're like drug addicts and alcoholics and they're not waking up early no matter what. You get what I'm saying? So like, even if my guys that wake up at 10 or 12, that's the same thing as y'all coming out with it at 2 a.m. in the morning, or whatever the score is. I expect my people to be drunk and high and getting everything that I do pretty late.
Yeah, nah, no doubt, no doubt. So I mean,
Billy Roscoe has mastered it though. He's dropping his at like 6 a.m. in Europe, which I think is midnight at our spot. So it like covers like it covers their morning and our night. He thinks about it more. He's smarter. I just like fucking come out with the music sporadically and make sure every Saturday there's something for everybody to listen to.
Nah, no doubt, no doubt. Well, like I said, I tried to stay up to wait for that shit to hit New York and shit, but I was passed out. But I was looking forward to that shit at 12 o'clock in the morning, y'all, last night or whatever you want to call it.
Oh yeah, thanks. I'm glad, man. Yeah, we had good launch numbers. A lot of people stayed up. A lot of people were calling me saying they loved it, and I'm glad because I tried to make it a short shot of adrenaline, 10 really good songs instead of like, you know, 18 songs of mediocrity, which we had the option to do, and we cut it way down. So I'm glad that y'all enjoyed it. But it was made enjoyable because we over-recorded and really cut all the fat out of it because we just wanted it to make it really solid.
Yeah, nah, no doubt, no doubt. Well, what you guys think is for the future? You guys thinking of doing a part 2 type joint?
Maybe at some point, but right now I got my next album coming out, and then we're working with like we're working with significantly, like by far the biggest people we've ever worked with, like right now in this moment. We're going to make announcements about it later, but I'm talking about the upper echelon A level of rap music and doing video. We stepped it up a whole lot since this album recorded. And then in the next album, when I check in back with you guys October, there's going to be, we took it all the way to the fullest extent. All right, listen, I love you. Thanks for having me on, but I got to go in for sound check. This bar is killing me to get in here. I'm sorry Gibby couldn't get on here. I guess he got busy. But anyways, mad love, Supreme the Almighty. You are the shit. I got to go rock this show. I love y'all.
No doubt, brother. Do your thing, yo. I'll check you.
All right, mad love. Salute. Thank you for the beat. One.
No doubt. Peace. Yeah, it was the homie Benny Holiday. He got a lot going on his plate right now. You know what I mean? The new release that dropped last night, 12 o'clock, New York time, whatever you want to call it. Definitely check that out. Hellspawn, the album featuring Gibby Stites. Dropped and released by the Snow Goons. It's got a bunch of features on it and shit. I got a production on there. The track's called Dawn. Yo, this shit's hot. You know what I'm saying? Check it out on Spotify right now. They're also, I think they still got packages and shit. The overall package, shirts, comic book, you know what I mean? Vinyls and shit like that. So also hit them up for that. Or have Snow Goons or just check out the goonsgear.com, I believe, for all that. But yeah, we're gonna do another check-in once he drops some newer shit and whatnot. But definitely check that out. Shout out once again, Benny Holiday. Yo, shout out to the homie Billy Bosco, you know what I mean? Smig Scientist, everybody that participated in this joint. You know what I'm saying? Gloomy Sailor, check him out. He got some fire-ass beats. Shout out to the homie DJ Legal, that gunner, you know what I mean? Sick Nature. Generation, peace. She did her thing with the beat on the fucking Apothecary shit on that. But yeah, definitely check that out. Shout out to the sponsors, of course, you know what I mean? Creative Juices Music, Snow Goons, Elite Sound International, Blaze Them Up Radio, you know what I mean? We're going to check back in next week. I hope you have a good weekend, though. Peace.